Hello students, today we will be solving the IB Math EA AGL May 2024 paper 1 time zone 1 question number 9. You will be getting the other solved past paper questions of this paper and of the other papers in form of playlist on my channel NS Online Math Tutoring Classes. You will also be getting playlists where the solved past paper questions will be available based on their topics. I am Nilanjana Sanyal. I am an online IB Math EA AGL level tutor. In case you want to join my classes, please contact me for more details. My phone number and my website address are displayed at the bottom of the screen. So, without any further delay, let us start answering question number 9. The maximum mark is 6. It says the graph of y equal to f of absolute value of x for x greater than or equal to negative 6 but is less than or equal to positive 6 is shown in the following diagram. This diagram shows the graph of y equal to f of absolute value of x. Okay. And subpart is question is on the following axis. This is the given axis. Sketch the graph of y equal to absolute value of f of absolute value of x for x ranging between negative 6 and positive 6, both included. It contains just 2 marks. Okay. And whenever we have to get the or sketch the graph of absolute value of some function, what we do? We just reflect the portions which are below the x-axis on the x-axis, and the portions of the graph which are originally above the x-axis remain unaltered, but the portions which are below the x-axis come up. Okay? And the points on the x-axis are the invariant points. So this is the graph of y equal to absolute value of f of absolute value of x. Okay, you see these portions have come up, have got reflected on the x-axis, and these portions also have got reflected on the x-axis, and this is the graph. Okay, it is given that f is an odd function. F is an odd function, and you know that odd functions have a rotational symmetry. They have a rotational symmetry about the origin. Y equal to x cube is an odd function. Y equal to sine x is an odd function. Okay. So subpart B question is on the following axis. These are the two axes. Sketch the graph of y equal to f of x. Again, x ranging from negative 6 to positive 6. Both included. Okay. Let us go back to our original given graph. This is the graph that has been given to us. And this is the graph of y equal to f of absolute value of x. So how do we get the graph of y equal to f of absolute value of x given y equal to f of x graph? From the y equal to f of x graph, we take the portion which is on the right side of the y-axis and we reflect that portion which is on the right side of the y-axis rather, and we reflect that portion on the y-axis to get the left side of the graph. And these two portions taken together give us the y equal to f of absolute value of x graph. So we understand that this portion from this y-axis, the origin to up to this x equal to 6, this portion of the graph is present in y equal to f of x graph. And this portion is just the reflected portion. This is not present in the y equal to f of x graph. But the right side is definitely present in the graph of y equal to f of x. So we will be first of all drawing the right side. Okay. This is the y equal to f of x curve. You see the right hand side is unchanged. This is the right hand side. This is unchanged. And what about the left hand side? You see, I have said that y equal to sine x is an example of an odd function. And I have sketched the graph of y equal to sine x, x ranging between negative pi to positive pi. You see, if the right hand side is like this, it is moving up. the left hand side is correspondingly coming down. Okay, so over here, the right hand side, it has first of all come down. So on the left hand side, the graph will be moving up. And when in the right hand side, the graph is moving up, the left hand side of the graph is coming down below the x-axis. Okay, so this is known as the rotational symmetry about the origin. This is the property of every odd function. So this is the graph of y equal to f of x, where x is between -6 and +6. Okay, it is also given that integral of f of absolute value of x with respect to x from 0 to 4 is equal to 1.6. Subpart C is having further two subparts, I and II. It is saying write down the value of I is integral of f of x with respect to x. The limits of integration are -4 to 0. Okay, let us first of all answer the subpart I. It is the simple f of x function graph, and the limits of integration are -4 to 0. But first of all, we have to understand this information that has been given to us. The definite integral, you know that it represents the area. So area between the curve and the x-axis. So from 0 to 4, the area is equal to 1.6 units square. Let us move to the f of absolute value of x graph. That is the first graph which has been given to us. And the limits of integration are 0. This is 0 and I don't know where it is 4. This is 6, so maybe the half of it, this one will be 3. So maybe somewhere over here it is 4. Okay, or somewhere over here it is 4. Okay, so the area of this and this, since it is the integral, definite integral, therefore this area is below the x-axis, so this will get subtracted from this area which is above the x-axis. That is what we usually get. Means if suppose this is a and this is 4, so the integral of 0 to a, these are the limits of f of absolute value of x dx, should be something negative because this is below the x-axis. Okay, and this one will be above the x-axis. The area value cannot be a negative number, but the definite integral value can definitely be a negative number. It will be a negative number for this portion because it is below the x-axis, and this part will be above the x-axis, which will be having a positive value for the definite integral from e to 4. So the answer for this integral from 0 to 4, f of absolute value of x dx, will be this answer minus this answer, which is equal to given as 1.6. Okay, this much we are understanding. This has been given to us. This minus this is equal to 1.6. Okay, now let us move to the f of x graph. This is the f of x function graph. And now the limits are from -4 to 0. Again, this is -6, so maybe this is -3, so maybe this is -4, so it will be this. This is -4. Okay, so this portion and this portion, because this portion is below the x-axis, the answer for the definite integral from -4 to maybe this is b, this will be a negative value, and from b to 0 it will be a positive value. Okay, and for this, maybe I'm taking this portion as say equal to -k, say, okay, 0 to a, because it is below the x-axis, and from a to 4, f of absolute value of x dx, it will be a positive number because it is above the x-axis. Maybe I'm taking, or should I be taking? m. Okay, so I am taking m. Say this is a positive number. Okay, now we go to this part. So we are seeing that this part is having the value of m, which is a positive number. It is plus m. And this one is a positive number, but I have taken minus k to represent a negative number. So this part, because it is below the x-axis, it is negative k. But if this same part comes above the x-axis, the area will be the same. And now it is above the x-axis. So the result of integration will be positive k, because it has come up above the x-axis. Okay, so let us go down over here. It is negative 420, negative 420. So we are seeing that this part has come up. Previously, this portion's value was equal to negative k. So this portion's value will be equal to positive k. Okay, and this portion's value, not the whole part, it was up to this, was equal to m. Okay, and this was equal to negative k. So this portion was above the x-axis, whose value was equal to m, a positive number. And now this portion is below the x-axis. The area is the same. But because this is below the x-axis, its integral value will be negative m. Okay. So previously we had minus k, that is this one, plus m was equal to 1.6. And now this is the answer for CI. Okay. You have to include these, because otherwise the k and m, these do not have any meaning. So minus k plus m is equal to 1.6 given. And now we need, therefore, for negative 420, f of x dx will be equal to, this is minus m, and that is plus k. This one is plus k. Okay. Equal to minus, I'm taking the minus sign out because I know the value of this. I do not know the value of this. So I am just taking out the minus sign, and this becomes k is positive. So I have to write minus k, because minus of minus k will be plus k, which we are having, and plus m. And minus k plus m is equal to 1.6. So this is equal to negative 1.6. Okay. So this is the answer for the CI. It is containing just a single mark. I have taken key, m, and all these stuff just for the sake of explanation. If you can give the answer in one step, that will be sufficient for getting a single mark. Okay. Now coming to CII. Now the definite integral is from negative 4 to positive 4. And we are having two function expressions. One is f of absolute value of x and another is f of x. So we can first of all separate these two. Okay, so C and I, negative 4 to positive 4. It is f of absolute value of x dx plus negative 4 to positive 4 f of x dx. Okay. And now let us see what are the values of these two definite integrals one by one. First of all, let us take this one, negative 4 to positive 4. Let us go back to the given graph. Okay. So this is the graph of f of absolute value of x. And we have taken this part to be equal to negative k, that part as positive m. Okay. And this part is again negative k, and this part is maybe over here This is negative 4, positive m. Okay? Because the areas are the same. And this part is below the x-axis, even this part is below the x-axis. So it has to be negative k. This is above the x-axis, this is also above the x-axis. So this also has to be positive m. Okay? And we are given that negative k plus positive m is equal to 1.6. Okay? Negative k plus positive m is equal to 1.6. And over here also we are seeing negative k plus positive m. So this will also be equal to 1.6. Okay? So this will be equal to 2 times 1.6, the first one. What about the second one? Negative 4 to positive 4 f of x dx. Okay, this is the graph for f of x. Negative 4 to positive 4. Fine. This value is minus k and this value is plus k. So they nullify each other, cancel each other. This is negative m, this is positive m. Again, they cancel each other. So the answer for the second integral is 0. Therefore, the answer for the IICII subpart is 3.2. Okay. So we have completed solving this question number 9. Thank you for staying with me till the end. Please give this video a like in case you have liked my explanation. And please share this video with all of your friends so that even they can get benefited by watching my video. And do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It will be motivating me and it will be telling the YouTube that my videos are worth watching. So the YouTube will also be sharing my videos to more number of students. So you will be helping me and also you will be helping other students as well. So please do like, share and subscribe. And we meet again very soon in our next session. We'll be solving the next question, that is question number 10 of the same paper. Till then, bye.